For as many people who criticize Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC Middleweight for fighting Georges St-Pierre instead of a true top 185-pound contender, there are just as many people who bash Rush for asking for a title fight against the Count. That's because many have had a view of Bisping as being an easy fight, despite the fact that he's the current 185-pound king with a successful title defense to his name, and is tied with GSP with most wins inside the octagon with 20. Nevertheless, Bisping says St-Pierre in for a rude awakening when the two tango at UFC 217 on November 4, 2017 in New York, as the Count says he isn't the same fighter that trained with St-Pierre during a time when Rush schooled him in the wrestling department. Related Rockhold Bisping is going to crush St-Pierre. We trained together a long time ago, and he out-wrestled me then, Bisping said on the MMA Hour via MMA Fighting. I didn't know a double leg from a Big Mac. So he still thinks he can out-wrestle me down and beat me. To his point, Bisping says George is specifically asking to fight him when he never wanted to face the likes of Anderson Silva, prove that the Canadian doesn't view the Count as a huge threat. Related GSP looking to shock the world at UFC 217. He didn't want to fight Anderson Silva when he was the champion. He didn't want to fight Luke Rockhold when he was the champion. So he's looking at me as easy pickings. That's why he's focused on fighting me so much. And for all this talk, I say Georges is a fraud. And Canada, who looks at him as their champion, Canada's champion, is a fucking fraud. St-Pierre hasn't competed in close to 3 years, so some don't expect to see the same dominate welterweight champion that ruled the division with an iron fist. Especially since he'll be taking on a much bigger foe. That said, Rush has never been one to take time off from training or the gym, so being in great condition won't be an issue. The real question is, will his fighting skills still be up to par after such a lengthy layoff? Time will tell. Related latest UFC 217 fight card and lineup.